go. So now we'll be starting with ranking, which is our new topic. Right. So, okay. When I say ranking, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it something of this sort? I mean, you see, for sports, right, there's one person at the first rank, the second rank, the third rank, and then just you give ranks to people, right? Medals, the topper of the class, the first three, the top three, that's all what comes to the mind while ranking, right? But here when we talk about ranking, it's not just that what we mean. When we do questions related to ranking, what we are usually in this context, what we are referring to is basically you give people positions. So it is usually, okay, I'll just take you directly through the notes, and then when you go through the introduction, you'll get a better idea. So here what we are referring to is just arranging a set of objects in a certain order. That is what we mean by ranking, not giving it the first rank, second rank, and so on. Okay. So basically, you just have a set of objects and we are arranging them in a certain order. So for example, if you have like 2 people, no, let's say 4 people, okay, and these are their positions. Let's give them names. Okay, let's give them names. Say A, B, C, D. So here the position of, and then I'm asked to find the position of B, and I say, the position of 2 is 2. This is what we mean by ranking. Basically, you arrange things in a certain order and then you find out certain things from that. When we do questions, it will be very clear. But all I wanted to say was, by ranking, we do not mean giving ranks like first position, second and all, but like first and second position, that thing matters, but it's not just about that. Okay. So, I mean, it might be a bit confusing, but when we do questions, you will have a very clear idea. I've even like divided things into subtopics, so you can know for sure. Anyway, when you solve questions pertaining to ranking, there are 2 formulas. So under ranking, okay, I'll take you through the subtopics now itself, so it becomes clear for you. So there is just normal ranking, where there are mainly 2 formulae which are usually important, and then we have something called sitting arrangement. In sitting arrangement, we have linear arrangement and circular arrangement. Okay. So this is the second thing that we have, sitting arrangement. So we'll have something called a linear arrangement, which is something of this kind. And then there's also something called a circular arrangement. Okay, this kind. Don't worry, we'll go through all of these in detail. I just thought I will sort of introduce you to what all we have under this chapter. Okay. So yeah, let's just get to the introduction first, the normal ranking. Basically, rank of a person or object from the end. How do you find the rank? So what do we mean by rank? All we mean is just position. Okay. So let's say, see, these are 4 people, A, B, C, D. B's position is 2, right? If you count from the left, B's position is 2. But I want to find B's position from the right. Okay. That is from the end. So I mean, like, I usually count from this end. So I call this the beginning, and I call this the end. So the position of B from the end, I mean, you can just simply count 1, 2, 3. But sometimes you might have a lot of people. Like for example, you might have 20 people and B will be at the second position. It might not be so easy. In that case, there is a very simple formula that works. Basically that total number of persons or objects minus rank of the person or object from the beginning plus 1. Okay, I'll just take you through this again. Total number of persons. So just see here how many people are there in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, right? So 4 minus rank of the person from the beginning. So what is the rank of B from the beginning? What do we mean by rank? By rank, all we mean here is position. Okay. What is the rank of B from the beginning? It's 2. Minus 2 plus 1. Okay. What is this? 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. So 3 is the rank of B from the end. And even if you were to just count it from D onwards, you will still get 3. So 1, 2, 3, right? We have still gotten 3, right? So that is how you get the rank. Okay. Now, total number. Now, instead, so there are usually two kinds of questions that are asked. One is this kind. You will have the total number of people and you will be asked to find the rank. The second kind is you will be given the rank from both the beginning and the end, and you will have to find the total number of people in the row. How do you do that? This can also, for this also we have a very easy formula. It's not nothing difficult. Once you do a couple of questions, it will be even more easier for you. Okay, total number of objects or persons in a row. How do you get this? Rank of a person or object from the end plus rank of that person or object from the beginning minus 1. So we'll just take our B itself. Okay, what is the rank of B from the end? 1, 2, 3. Okay, the rank of B from the end is 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is 3 plus rank of that person or objects from the beginning. What is the from the end plus rank of that person from the beginning? What is the rank of B from the beginning? 1, 2, right? 2 minus 1, minus 1. 3 plus 2 minus 1. What is this? What is 3 plus 2? 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So, how many people do you have here totally? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, that is the answer. Okay. So, you can also get the total number of persons or objects in the row also from this. Okay. So, these are just two formulas. These are very important. Just two formulas that you can go through. Okay. Now let's do just some questions. I know we have just started with the theory, but let's just do some questions. Okay. Now, Amar is taller than Samir. Okay. Now this does not need any of the formulae that we have learned. But yeah, this is all about just writing it down. I mean, okay, I'm not sure if you have watched the video, but we have also done something on comparative height. Right. We have done a topic named comparative height. So this is actually comes under, this is similar to how we solve that topic. Anyway, Amar is taller than Samir. So how do you, so when I taught the topic, I told you how to solve these kind of questions. I'll just repeat it. So basically, you whatever is given in a sentence, you write it down as a figure. Okay, you draw it as a figure, and I'll tell you. So Amar is taller than Samir, right? So I want to show an Amar that's taller than a Samir. I just draw a longer A and a smaller S. So this means that Amar is taller than Samir. Prem is taller than Umesh. Now this, we know, okay, this gives you this. But we don't know where to put this. In this figure, where do I put this? We don't know. So we just try to see if there is anything extra that we get. Prem is taller than Umesh, but not as tall as Samir. I get this part, right? So I know that Prem is shorter than Samir, but he is taller than Umesh. So this is a figure that I get. Okay, Prem is shorter than Samir but taller than Umesh. Ashok is shorter than Umesh. Okay, so I draw another smaller A. Now I might get confused between these two A's, right? So whenever you repeat a letter, just give something more so you can, differentiate. So I give AM here since it's Amar, and AS here for Ashok. Okay, and just draw it together so that you don't get confused and think it's a different person, right? Okay, AM, AS. Who amongst them is the shortest? Now you don't have to do anything, just look at the figure, look at who is the shortest, Ashok, and Ashok is the answer, right? So this is why questions of this kind, solving it using figures makes it much easier. Okay, so when you draw figures, it just makes the whole process way easier. Then just if you were to read this, okay, Amar is taller than Samir, Prem is taller than Umesh but not as tall as Samir, Ashok is shorter than Umesh, who amongst them is the shortest, it might seem confusing. Even if this question is not, if you have like more comparative comparisons to do, such questions might be difficult, right? So what is easiest is that you draw a figure of this kind. Okay, that's how we do this question. Moving on. In a class of 40 students, Meena's rank is 16th from the top. What is her rank from the bottom? So basically, if you call this the beginning and this is the end, we just did a formula to find out the rank, right? If you have the total, how do you find the rank? And the beginning, how do you find the rank from the end? Now, don't look at your notes. Just try recalling if you remember the formula. It's totally fine if you don't. I mean, we have just gone through it once. I don't expect you to. But, when you do this kind of recalling, when somebody takes a class, there are two kinds of listening. There is passive listening and there's active listening. Passive is, you're just listening. You're just intaking the information. You might get lost you might zone out in between and things like that. But active listening, you actively try to engage, you try to solve the questions. Just as the teacher teaches the questions, you also try to solve the questions. So active listening helps you recall things at a much faster pace than passive listening. So that is why when I use formulae, so when you see a question like this and okay, this it has to use some formulae, try recalling. Don't wait for me to say what the formula is, just try recalling it on your own and see if you remember. So I'll just give you some time, see if you remember. Don't look at your notes if you have any, just see if you remember. It's totally fine if you don't also. Just write it down in your notebook, just to see if you remember. Okay, that I think is enough time. So right, I'll just take you to the formula and tell me if you've gotten it right. So basically this is the formula. Rank, okay, it's very shabby with all my underlining, but yeah, rank of the person from the end is total number of persons minus rank of the person from the beginning plus 1. Okay, did you get the formula right? See, even if you did not get it, that's not the point. Your brain did some active work now trying to recall things. You might have made some mistake here, you might have given a plus, or here you might have given a minus, some mistake, but the next time you are not likely to make this mistake because you've already made this and now your brain is like, oh okay, that was wrong. So you're not likely to make this mistake again. Anyway, it is total number of persons slash objects minus rank from the beginning plus 1. So here I'll just write it down. So basically rank from bottom. So right, so I'll just write down the formula just so you can see if you remember. So rank from the end. Rank from, I think I'll just choose a thinner shade of the pen. This is too thick. Okay. My handwriting is very bad, I apologize. Rank from the end is equal to total number, we don't have to say number of what, just write it in very short. Total number minus rank from the beginning. Total number minus rank from the beginning plus 1. Okay, and let me just cross check. Yeah, total number minus rank from the beginning plus 1. Okay, that is rank from the end. So here, now how is this? I hope you have understood how this is the beginning and the end, right? So basically when we say from the top is usually taken as the beginning and the bottom is usually taken as the end. Okay, so now what are the total number of students? 40. That is 40 minus rank from the beginning or rank from the top is 16. Okay, plus, so okay, if you still have any confusion as to why beginning is taken as top, see, basically the why we do it is because it starts from the top, right? So the top we take it as, so if to find the rank from the top is very easy, right? So for example, somebody is at the third rank, it's very easy, 1 2 3, this is their, I mean third rank means third is their rank. But people don't usually say the rank from the bottom. I mean, in your class, if you look at class ranks, they give ranks from the top, right? Nobody gives ranks from the bottom. So the bottom part is usually seen as the reverse part. The top part ranks are the ones that are usually given. The bottom part is what is seen as the reverse. So here the rank from the bottom becomes the end and the top becomes the beginning, okay? Because this is the order in which things usually go. So here it's 40 minus 16 plus 1. So what is 40 minus 16? We can just do the calculation here. 40 minus 16, 10, this becomes a 3, 10 minus 6 is a 4, 3 minus 1 is a 2, 24. Okay, what is your 24 plus 1? You get a 25. That's it, and you're done. Okay, so that's the so the only thing that you needed here was the formula. Okay, now I'll just do one thing. I think so. See, there are different kinds of people. Some people are good at mugging up formulas, but some people, like especially me when I was younger, and even now, I'm not somebody who can really mug up formulas. I need to understand what's going on. So like mugging up has not really worked for me. So whenever our teachers used to give us formula, I would be like, okay, why? But how do you get this formula? Just tell me how you get this formula in the first place, right? So that helps. So if there are any such people amongst the ones who are watching, I will just briefly explain how you end up getting this formula. Okay. Just brief, this is not really needed for your entrance exam or anything, but in case you need it, because I know I would have wanted it, so in case you need it, I'll just explain. So basically, rank from the end. So I'll tell you. So for example, we'll just draw a horizontal line. Okay, say this is you. Okay, five people, you are here. This can be the beginning and this can be the end. Okay, so this is you are here at the third position. This is your rank from the beginning. Now when you have the rank from the beginning and the total number of people, so here 1 2 3 4 5, there are 5 people. How do you find the rank from the end is the question, right? So see, okay, actually here rank from the end is also the same. That might lead to some confusion. I'll do one thing and just erase 1 here, so that will be 4 people. Okay, so how do you find this? If you have rank from the beginning, how do you find from the end? Basically, you go, okay, from the beginning you go like this. Okay, I need to take drawing classes. Okay, so from the beginning, if you go like this, okay, still bad. Anyway, I need to find how it is from the end. So what we do is, we know the total, right? We take the total. Just give me a second. Okay, I'll just try. Okay, so what we do is that we take this total. From this total, if you subtract from this total, if you subtract this, what do you get? Here you have a 4, right? 1 2 3 4 is the total. From this 4, if you subtract this minus 3, you get a 1, right? Basically, you have all of this. From this, you subtract the rank from the beginning. From this area that you have, I'll just change the pen to make the explanation easy. So basically, from this overall area that you have, when you subtract this part, okay, this is the rank from the beginning, this is the total, and this is the rank from the beginning. Okay, RB can be the rank from the beginning. So from this area, when you subtract this rank from the beginning, you end up getting just this part, right? This is what is left. Okay, you end up getting just that part in the end, that the part in the end that comes after this person. That is what you get. You get the part in the end that comes after the person. But now, what is the rank of the person from the end? It is this part plus 1. I mean, you will get this. Here, you will get just this part. Okay. The rank of the person includes one more. Right. You need to add plus 1 from the end. That is when you get the rank of the person. Okay. So here you need to add plus 1, which is why you are adding a plus 1 here. So basically you take the total, this is the total, from that you subtract the rank from the beginning, then you get 1 left. Like you will get basically, when you subtract the rank from the beginning from the total, what you get is everything after this person, right? But in order to find the rank of the person, you need to add plus 1, which is why you add this one, and that is how you get this formula. Just in case you wanted to know, it's not really needed for anything, but just in case you wanted to know, okay, how do we get the formula in the first place? This is how you get the formula. And similarly for this one also, I'll just explain. Okay, total number of persons or objects in a row. Okay, how do you get this? Okay, so we'll take this. Okay, so you have 1 2 3 4. Let us say you are standing here. You just take your rank from the end, that is this. You go from here to here, you take your rank from the end, plus your rank from the beginning, that is this. You go from here to here. Now, what happens when you do this? Your rank from the end, you count this, this, this. When you take your rank from the beginning, you count this and this. Do you notice that you have counted this, your position, twice? Yes, right. You have counted your position twice. You don't want. You have counted all other positions, which is great, but you have counted your position twice. Because you've counted this twice, you subtract 1, which is why we are doing a -1 here. So here we are doing a -1 because we have counted our position twice. Here we are doing a +1 because we were just after our position. Okay, that's why you get a -1 here and a +1 here. I hope that definition, like I've just shown you how we get the formula, but it's not really needed, just for people who are intrigued to know. I know I would have been if I was the one studying this at your age, so I thought I'll just show the formula. Okay, anyway, moving on. So we did this question, right? Now moving on to sitting arrangement. This is also a section that comes under ranking. Now if you study from some guides actually treats this as a completely different chapter, but I feel that this has a lot of similarity to ranking and the concepts that you learn. It's, I mean, you know, when you do a lot of questions from ranking, your thinking process develops in a certain way. That thinking process is very useful in doing sitting arrangement questions. That is why I've put all of this together. Okay, that's why I've included sitting arrangement as a subtopic. So basically in sitting arrangement questions, what you have is that some conditions are given on the basis of which candidates are required to arrange objects or persons either in a row or in a circular order. Basically, you will have certain conditions and you will have to arrange objects or persons in a row or in a circular order. Okay, so when you arrange it in a row, that's what we call linear arrangement. When you arrange it in a circular order, that is what we call circular arrangement. Okay, so types of sitting arrangement questions asked in the exams are broadly of these types. This is what I said: linear arrangement, circular arrangement. So this figure that I've drawn, what type do you think this is? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. This is circular arrangement. Okay, but questions can also be of the linear arrangement type. Don't worry, we'll go one by one. We're going to study both in good detail, whatever is needed for your exams. Okay, so linear arrangement, basically persons or objects are placed in a proper order in a straight line. This is the important part. You have these placed in a straight line. Okay, and here this is the left end, this is the right end, this is the middle. These are some concepts that will be useful to know what is at the ends and to know what is at the middle. Okay, to know what is at the end and also to know what is at the middle. And then you also have something called the extreme. So in case, I'm not sure if you have heard of the word extreme before, but what extreme means is basically what is at the end. The ends are also called the extremes. So when we say extreme, we mean something that is at the end of something. Okay, ends of something is called an extreme. So this is what we mean by linear arrangement questions. Okay, now we will do a couple of questions from linear arrangement. Just 1 or 2 questions should be enough. 5 books P, Q, R, S and T are kept on a table. P is at the right of Q and T is at the left of R. Q is at the right of S. Which book is in the middle? Okay, P is at the right of Q. Basically, P is at the right of Q. This is how we draw it, right? So this is, I mean, I hope you all know what right and left is. So right, this is right, this is left. T is at the left of R. So here we have this, but we don't really know where to give this, right? So we'll do one thing, we'll just keep it separate for now. Let's see, we might not get anything extra, but we'll just see. Q is at the right of S. Q is at the right of S, so Q comes here. Okay, right of S. Now that's it. Which book is in the middle? So we are left with this. T is at the left of R. So if T is at the left of R, this is how the figure will be. T is at the left of R. Okay, this is how the figure is going to be, TR. Now where can TR possibly come? These things we are already given. So either they have to be here or here. So you have 2 cases. One is that the TR would be here or the TR would be here. So either this might be the figure or this might be the figure. We are not sure which. Okay, we are asked which book is in the middle. So if you take this first case, we'll treat this as the first case and this is the second case. In this first case, which book is in the middle? So how do you see the middle? Here S is at the middle, right? Basically, like you just cut the extremes, and then you end up getting something at the middle. So in the first case, S is at the middle. In the second case, what is at the middle? Again, just cut the extremes. Here P is at the middle. So in the first case, we get that S is at the middle. Second case, P is at the middle. Now, is it a problem? Not really. You just have to look at the options. You do not have an S here. So, we know that P is the answer. So, you might end up getting 2 answers. It's totally fine because the questions might not see. It's not our problem here. The question does not have everything. Right, and that's totally fine because you're given options. So, from the options, you can guess, everything else will be wrong. So, here you know that P is the answer. Okay. Moving on. 5 girls are sitting in a row. P is to the left of M and to the right of O. R is to the right of N and the left of O. Who is in the middle? Okay, whatever is given up until this, I'll give you some time. Try drawing the figure like we did for this case. This notations in the figure that we drew. Try drawing the figure for this and let me know if you get it. Okay. I mean, you can't let me know. I'm just so used to saying that. I used to teach children offline. So, yeah. Okay, just try drawing the figure. I'll just give you 2 minutes, okay? Okay, thanks. Now I'll draw and just check if you've gotten the same thing. If you did not, it's totally all right. We have just literally started studying the topic. You have a lot of time. You have a lot of questions. So, I mean, there will be an example session. There will be assignments. You will get a lot of practice. I just wanted, I mean, I don't know what you're doing out there, right? So I just wanted you guys to try this question on your own. Just, so I know that you're doing at least some kind of work on your own. Okay. P is to the left of M. So, P is to the left of M, it will be here, right? So, this is M, this will be the right of M and this will be the left of M. So, P is to the left of M and to the right of O. So, then it's here. What do we mean by P is to the right? I hope you guys know what this means. When we say that P is to the right of O, we mean basically you look at the right of O. So, for O, this is the right and this is the left, right? If you look at the right of O, you find P. That is what we mean when we say P is to the right of O. R is to the right of N. We'll keep that here. I mean, we'll see R and the left of O. So, what does this mean? R is to the right of N and the left of O. This means R is to the right of N and R is to the left of O. R is to the right of N and R is to the left of O. So, R is to the left of O means R will come here. This is the left of O. R is to the right of N means N will come here because R is to the right of N, which means N is to the left of R. Okay. Who is in the middle? So, very simple. O is in the middle. Okay. N, M, R, P. You see that O is in the middle and O is the answer. So, if you got this figure, well and good. If you did not get this figure, completely all right. It's actually the same. You have learnt. You've just see what mistake you made, note that down and just keep that in mind not to make that same mistake again. Okay. So, that's it. We are done with linear arrangement. Right. So, now we have circular arrangement. That's the next topic that we have, but we'll do it in the next session. Okay.